What's up, guys? Chase fan number 9 here, and today we're here to talk about, or should I say, look over the Coca-Cola 600 that wrapped up last night at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I was too tired to do the race reviews. I had to wait until today. I'm doing it now because I had errands to run with my mom earlier today, so right now is a good time to talk about it. So with that, let's get into it. So yesterday we started off with Monaco. I saw the start of the race, but I didn't watch most of it because I was too tired. I did wake up in time to see the finish. Awesome win by Lewis Hamilton. It was his third Grand Prix win at Monaco, and my nose is itchy. Started on pole, led all the laps. Had an encounter with Verstappen when they made contact going to one of those that final chicane coming out of the tunnel. But they managed to keep it going. Thought they were gonna take each other out, but Hamilton held on for the win, and congrats to him. He's a great driver. His wins are impressive, not unlike Kyle Busch's. But anyways, Indy 500, awesome race. Awesome race for Simon Pagenaud. It's the first time I've seen the Indy 500 winner win the race from the pole. If you want to see my race reaction, go check it out on my channel. Just make sure to click on my channel link below. And that's pretty much it. Let's just say the Indy 500 and Monaco were just entertaining. That's pretty much it. Anyways, let's get into the Coke 600. So William Byron and Eric Almirola started on the front row. See, guys, Chevrolet is catching up in terms of winning poles. They just need to win some races. But anyways, let's get into it. So William Byron leads the first 24 laps into 24, and then you think after the Xfinity race on Saturday with Joe Gibbs having all those problems in the Xfinity race, guess what? That transitioned over to Sunday, over to yesterday, because we had our first tire issue about 23 laps into the race when Eric Jones cut a tire in turn 4, and his day was pretty much over. Then 21 laps after the first caution I should say, Matt DiBenedetto, the Joe Gibbs affiliate driver, had a tire problem, and his day was pretty much over. Then 20 laps after that, Martin Truex Jr. has a tire issue. Anyways, TV's on. Anyway, so those three drivers had a tire problem. Jones and Burrito got DNFs, as in their date ended early. Shit happens, but anyways, looking for better results next year's 600. Then 8 laps after the third caution, Kyle Busch and Ricky Stenhouse get together, and Stenhouse slides through that grass area in the chicane part of the Roval and goes sliding. When I was watching that, I was almost thinking about saying "wee," but anyways, yeah, I'll bet Ian was was pleased to see that, since he doesn't like Stenhouse. And then after that, 2 laps later, Bowyer clipped Daniel Hemrick. I believe it was accidental, and Hemrick, he did get damage, but he managed to continue on, and so did Bowyer, who also continued on. And then after that, we went back racing with 6 laps to go in the first stage, and Brad Keselowski swept it. Let's just say he won the first stage, and that was pretty much, yeah. It looked like Keselowski was gonna be unstoppable. I'm like, Keselowski, I know Penske just won the 500, but do you really need to win this race? Not really. Might want to wait a couple more years, but anyways, then after stage 1, a stage 2 happened. And another thing about this race is that what we saw in the All-Star race the Saturday before, all that stuff transitioned to yesterday. We saw four wide racing, some strategy come into play, drivers taking risk, and we had everything happen in this race. We had lots of comers and goers as well, just like the All-Star race with Harvick when he had the debris and came back to finish second. So he was actually more of a goer and then became a comer. But anyways, on to the Cooks. So then Chris Buescher, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Preece all had tire issues. So you think Joe Gibbs had issues? Well, Brad Doherty's drivers had tire issues. Yeah, Chris Buescher managed to finish the race. We'll get to him later. Then Denny Hamlin had issues. And I think Denny Hamlin continued on, but we'll talk about him later. Then Ryan Preece had damage and from a tire problem. Yeah, tires were just going down without warning. Preece, they showed the replay of his car shooting up towards the wall in turn one, but he managed to finish it. Then we went back racing with 7 laps to go in the stage, and Brad Keselowski sweeps the first 2 stages. Yeah, and that's pretty much what happened. And Alex Bowman, he was actually leading until, obviously, he couldn't hold off. Cause if I were Bowman, I'd put him in the wall. Remember, Bowman's coming off those 3 runner-ups, so we'll talk about him later. But anyways, then stage 2 ends, and then we have the thing that people were debating about. It's where they stopped the cars for a moment of silence. I misheard it. I thought they were saying 3 minutes, but they actually meant 30 seconds. And from what I heard from Eric Estep, who's another YouTuber, the NASCAR YouTuber that I watch, people were actually okay with NASCAR doing it. So see, NASCAR's not afraid to take risks and try stuff new, regardless if you like it or not. Because if you like it, you like it. But if you don't like it, then NASCAR won't try it again. So see. But yeah. So that's what happened. It was pretty cool. And then stage 2. After that, we went back racing, and then stage 3 began. And well, as you guys know, you know how the Coke 600 is broken up into 4 100-lap stages? Well, it's kind of like a 4-quarter football game, so I hope someone acknowledges that if you're new to this sport. So we went back racing, and during some point during the start of stage 3, at some point I fell asleep, and then I woke up. And from what I heard from my mom, who was watching, Martin Truex got into a Bailey Curry, who was driving a paint scheme that represents the SR-71 Blackbird. Apparently, I heard that Bailey Curry got turned onto the backstretch and got taken out, and yeah, that's what happened. And Bailey Curry crashed out of the race and finished 35th after starting 33rd, but stuff happens. Besides, the Rick Ware cars had nice paint schemes too, and gotta give kudos to Rick Ware. My favorites were actually, if you're gonna ask me one, well, to be real, it was actually all 3 of them. But anyways, so that's what happened. Then we went back racing, and then we went racing for 44 straight laps. It was the longest green flag run of the race, all the way up until the end of stage 3 when Martin Truex Jr. won that stage. And stage 3 was okay, nothing wrong, and that was pretty much it. And then after that, see, 2 laps after the start of stage 4, I'm sorry about the camera. The Busch brothers get into each other, but Kurt Busch unfortunately got the worst of it. I guess they got clipped. Kurt Busch got some hefty damage on his car, and his race was pretty much show. Then Bubba Wallace, I think, had a tire problem, but didn't bring out yellow, and he had a disappointing run, especially after that good run he had on the All-Star race. But kudos to him, but he's still trying. So Richard Petty, give Bubba a chance, okay? if you guys just let him finish out the season, regardless of how he does, maybe something will happen. But anyways, yeah, so that's what happened. And then my nose itches every time. Then 2 laps later, we have, well, I guess you can say the big one. So what happened was Kyle Larson Boyer made contact, and Larson got sideways and he got ran into the path of Austin Dillon, who had nowhere to go. But Ian was satisfied to see him get taken out. But like I said, stuff happened. And then Larson came back up and went to the path of Ryan Preece and Ty Dillon. So both Dillon brothers were, like, well, I guess they were more like not involved, but Ty Dillon, they had nowhere to go, and I guess the suspension damage, I think that's where Preece got that suspension damage, and it pretty much ended his day later on. And then 37 laps after that wreck, which did bring out a red flag, I don't think. Then after that, I think Denny Hamlin had a tire problem in turn 2. Yeah, and yeah, he had a tire go down, and yeah, and all the Joe Gibbs cars had some sort of issue, unless you're Kyle Busch, who only had that contact with Stan, but that didn't do much. But anyways, then 26 laps, we go back racing, and Chase Elliott was actually up there, and Chase Elliott was doing great. He was a factor earlier, but he didn't really well, he was actually battling a loose his car to me looked loose from how I saw it, but that's just me. And also back to Daniel Hemrick, what happened with him was he stayed out, and he had to unfortunately pay the consequences. I'm not gonna lie, I would stay out, but look, I don't mind drivers staying out and trying to gamble. I appreciate it, but they have to understand what could happen. And besides, this is Charlotte, and you know how it is. But anyways, is what it is. But Truex finally managed to get the lead, and he was pretty much gone. Then Brad Keselowski, who dominated those first 2 stages, had a tire problem, and then when he got into turns 3 and 4, it just went around, and he spun on the pit road. Thought NASCAR was going to be inconsistent and not throw a yell, but I'm glad they did. And now, here's where it gets a little controversial. So, from what I heard was David Reagan stayed out along with Ryan Newman, who was involved in that fight last week with Boyer. They stayed out, and Trex's spotter told Reagan's spotter to ask if he could drop to the rear, but some people didn't like that, but Reagan stayed out anyway. So he stayed out. I thought if Reagan had won this race, I'd be shocked. But Truex managed to get around him, and Reagan dropped like a rock. Truex managed to pull away. Logano and Blaney were there, but Truex managed to hold them off. And with that, Martin Truex Jr. wins his second Coca-Cola 600 in 3 years. So let's take a look at the results. So Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who had a great run, Chris Buescher with a nice rebound, Alex Bowman, Jimmy Johnson, William Byron, the pole sitter, and Kevin Harvick are your top 10. Yeah, great run for Hendrick today. All 4 of their cars in the top 10. I want to see this more often, okay? Bowman, I thought he was going to finish second again, but he tried. And he also had other issues, but he managed to recover from those. But anyways, that's pretty much it. And then Denny Hamlin wrecked on the last lap after he got loose, and that NASCAR let them race back in. That was pretty much it. At least NASCAR didn't throw the caution for that, because Hamlin tried to finish. And with that, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say. Sorry if I missed some stuff, because like I said, I can't remember everything. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications. We're on the Pocono now. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.